Okay, now we're going to go into the couples application. Once you and your partner have written out your ABC diagrams, you are going to share them, which is the first step towards a healthy communication. Take turns sharing and listening. So as you communicate in the marriage, try to focus on a healthy communication without cussing each other out, without being negative, without over talking each other. When you are the listener, don't comment, but pay very close attention to what your partner says, because you will be asked to comment on that later. So this section is called mirroring. Before we go any further, let's tackle a new skill. This is very important, and it's a skill you'll be asked to use repeatedly as we work our way through the marriage bootcamp program. If you can't master mirroring, it will revolutionize your communication. Mirroring or reflective listening is a communication tool that involves two key steps. First, you will work to listen carefully to understand the speaker's idea, and then you will mirror back what you heard to confirm to the speaker that you heard them correctly. I think I'm saying that wrong. Connection, not accurate. Parenting or information is at the center of this tool. Psychologist Carl Rogers first coined this concept in his theory of client-centered therapy, and it attempts to reconstruct what the client is thinking and feeling to relay this understanding back to the client. All trained therapists go through intense training on this one skill. When you mirror, you are putting your own feelings and opinions on hold. Your focus to the other person's feelings and opinions, and you will consider them without judgment. You are not being asked to agree or support their position. You are simply being asked to see their position. This is harder than it seems, but let's take a shot using an easy to solve example. You share your ABC conflict with your partner. So do you remember what ABC is? And if you're just now getting in on this video and you don't know what ABC is in the marriage bootcamp, A is for action, B is for belief, and C is for consequence. So share your ABC conflict with your partner. Keep your description short and concise. Don't talk for more than 2 minutes. Be sure to communicate your feelings as clearly as possible. Your partner, mirror your mates. Say, what I heard you say is, and then they have in parentheses, describe for no more than 1 minute. Stop. Do not discuss the issue yet. Your partner, share your ABC conflict with your partner. Keep your description short and concise and stay with the 2-minute time limit. Now you mirror your mates. Start off by saying, what I heard you say is ... and you have 1 minute to do that. Okay? Stop. Do not discuss the issue yet. For many couples, this would be a perfect time for a fight, which is why we ask you to start with something small. Share, mirror, and then stop. Hearing the difference in perspective can make you want to defend your position, which is exactly what you want to avoid. Stay focused on how your mate feels about the issue and realize that your partner's point of view is different because he or she is different. Not only will you be tempted to defend your position, but it could also make you want to challenge the speaker to try to rewrite the story with more accuracy. For now, we ask that you hold your thoughts and feelings about this conflict in check until we give you more of the marriage boot camp tools for conflict resolution. So here's what the exercise looked like for for Katie and Gary. Get some unsweet tea, y'all. I was reading a book a while back about tea, or how to lose weight with tea. And the doctor, well, I think he called himself Dr. T. He was saying that you should drink like tea all through the day with no sugar, nothing like that, nothing added, like, you know, unsweet tea, black tea, green tea, and like make sure you have a tea with every meal. But with no sugar, none of that. So you won't add no weight to your body. So yeah, so that's what I've been trying to do. Okay, so, but I still drink a lot of water as well. Okay, so Kathy's perspective. When Gary goes to the gym, that's A, so that's the action, remember? Okay, so when Gary goes to the gym is the action. B is the belief. Kathy believes that Gary is sneaky, remember? And he is avoiding her and the kids because he don't want to spend time with the family. I hope they go into depths, like details of why Kathy really felt like Gary was avoiding her and the children and trying to go flirt with other women. C is the consequence. She feels hurt and angry, then blows up at Gary and says something ugly. We call this trigger talk. Also, when you're in a marriage and as you prepare for a marriage, avoid trigger talk, especially when it's a negative trigger talk. Avoid that. But more on that later, and Gary goes further into his cave to hide. Gary's perspective. A, which is action, remember? When Gary goes to the gym. B is the belief. Gary believes that he's getting some badly needed me time, which helps him relax and get his life in perspective. So in a marriage, like, and these are my questions for the marriage people. And if y'all really have an answer for me, like, comment below, like, for real. But when it says right here, Gary had some badly needed me time, is that the wrong way of thinking when you're in a marriage? Me time? Because I look at it like this. When you become one in the flesh as you get married, how is it just me time? You know? So I guess that's like part of the communication though. But as long as we have came up to an agreement where it's okay, if he has something, I would love to just be able to go work out with my husband. I know, you know, some families can't do that because the wife has to stay home with the children and things like that. But that's where communication come in at, so that we can come up with, if we gotta have a babysitter, or even if we gotta just have us a workout time at home together, even with the children, or however, like, let's work it out. But yeah, so is that the wrong thinking when you're going into marriage and thinking like, oh, it's me time now? I mean, just, and let me know why. If you don't feel like that, let me know why. Okay. Because I'm thinking like, just saying like, to me, like, is that gonna honor my husband with me saying, okay, well, I'm finna go have me some me time now? Unless he's the one that, because he's the head. So unless he be like, okay, well, you can go have you some me time. So you saying I can have me some me time. Okay, then I honor that. But to me, it's like saying me time in a marriage, ain't that like selfish? Like, because it's not just about me no more when I get in a marriage, right? All right. So, and even for the people that have been married, it may not be married no more, you know. Like, engage, because this will help you heal as well, you know. Help me so I can help you. I'm going to help you regardless, but you feel me? Okay, so C, consequence. Gary feels guilty but entitled at the same time. So when Kathy blows up at Gary and says something ugly and Gary goes further into his cave to hide, it confirms his belief that the only way he can get me time is to be sneaky about it. So yeah, so I don't feel like that's right to be thinking, oh, I'm going to have me some me time in a marriage, because it's coming with a consequence, and that's the consequence. He's being sneaky. So you don't be sneaky like no nasty snake that I can't stand. Or a sneaky cat. Like, oh no, that's not going to happen. So I thank you, Jesus, right now for preparing me for marriage, because, yeah. For making me sit my butt down and waiting, okay? I'm telling you. Because the mindset I used to have when I was on them prescription pills and all that, I probably would have been married more than one time, to be honest. Because I would have been going in there thinking about, oh, it's me time now. What? Okay. I had a moment. Y'all, I had a moment, okay? Okay. Okay. All right, I gotta kind of speed up a little bit because I have a meeting to attend real soon. This was the beginning of Kathy and Gary's journey, and the first step was for them to recognize the difference in their B's. So the B's is the beliefs. Okay, because yeah, their beliefs was two different beliefs when it should have been one belief in a marriage. Okay, so how their beliefs made them feel and how this was a roadblock on the path to reconnecting. The point of the ABC drill is to answer two questions. Does your belief match your mate? See? As we discussed, probably not, but we have to do some digging to be sure. Our beliefs are buried just beneath our conscious awareness, where they're giving meaning and structure to our outer world. But just like a computer's operating system, they are invisible unless there is a problem. We often don't realize that they are even there. Does your belief work for your relationship or against your relationship? All right.